Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to start a new series and it is called The Quiet Revolution, how Islam transformed my daily habits and routines. And basically I'm going to do a few videos in this series and hopefully you get something from it and you learn something a bit about how I have changed my habits, my routines, my goals and things like that, and what Islam has done for me. So basically, to start off with, before I became a practicing Muslim, I guess my life was very more or less in the moment, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but I didn't really have too much. I wasn't very ambitious, like I basically, if I got through the day without I don't know, doing anything dumb, that'd be a good day. But nowadays, I'm more or less focused on structure, routine, order, basically doing things right as opposed to just doing them at all. It's not been a huge shift, but when you have such a strict structure to live by, it really does change a lot of things. So before I was a Muslim, basically before I was a Muslim, my routine was pretty haphazard. All I would do, I would essentially wake up around 9 or 10 in the morning. I would just look at the internet, look at whatever was on YouTube or whatever was on Quora. I used to use Quora quite a bit. I might look at memes, just kind of very in the moment kind of stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that, but if that's all you're doing, you're not really going to get very far, or you're not going to have much sense of fulfillment. And a big thing about the shift to Islam for me became very, very values oriented. Basically started thinking about things like justice, right and wrong, how to get on better with people, how to serve others, how to earn a good reward with God. And yeah, this changed a lot. I guess if something was giving me immediate pleasure, this was my only goal, but now I'm more or less focused on what's going to give me fulfillment and things like that instead. So I guess a big thing that changed when I started to practice Islam was I went back to university. I didn't really have much focus in life before that, but basically I really saw getting a degree, getting a qualification, some kind of skill was the only way forward for me. I kind of I had to, really, and the life that I was living, I was just playing music a lot, and it was nice, and I got really good at it. But I guess the thing with something like that is it doesn't really lead to any real career prospect. It doesn't really give you any discipline, or it doesn't give you any responsibility. It's just a very much like an in the moment kind of a thing. So I guess that's a big thing that changed when I started to practice Islam, was having a lot more goal-orientated activity in my life. I was really, really, really started to become focused on becoming a more productive human being and making my mark count in this world. So that's that. I guess I wasn't unhappy before I started to practice Islam. I was a very happy-go-lucky sort of a person, and I was quite carefree. So I didn't really have much within me that was unfulfilled. But I think that's part of every human. There's something that needs to be sort of made better within all of us. And when I started to practice Islam, this became a lot more apparent. Basically, like I've just said, I started to really focus on the things that gave me order and gave me, I guess, a sense of fulfillment. So before that, I would have been happy just going the day just eating food and watching videos and stuff, maybe watching a cool TV show online. But I don't tend to do this so much now. I still watch the odd movie, play a little bit of music sometimes. But if I did that all day, man, I'd hate my life. That would be very, very unfulfilling. It would kind of be not very responsible. I wouldn't really be taking any burden on my own shoulders, so to speak. And I'd probably, I guess, a big thing, I probably wasn't too responsible in the sense of pulling my own weight. So I would have been reliant on my family a lot more. If I ever ran out of money, I'd just go to my parents. And if I ever needed something, I might have gone to one of my other family members. But now, I mean, it's not so much like that. They still help me out and a lot, but it's a bit different now. They'll help me out with things when they know that I'm doing everything that I can in order to do my own part. And it's not so much running to them for everything. It's saying, look, I'm going to do everything I can within myself because I'm essentially a grown up, and they're going to help me with the things that they want to help me with instead of me going to them for everything. So I guess the sense of responsibility that came with practicing Islam was a big change, and it gave me a lot more structure. I mean, when I first started praying, I would literally pray bang on the second for every single prayer, and if I missed the prayer by a few minutes, I didn't know what to do. This was a lack of knowledge on my part, but I actually I wouldn't know what to do if I missed the prayer by a few minutes. I would think that I missed the whole prayer. So I had the most crystalline structure to my days, and I was probably a lot more filled with energy as well, probably just because I had so much more focus, so much more responsibility, and so much more yearning to prove myself as well, to prove that I was doing my part, to prove that I guess to fulfill my obligations as well, and to show that that I was accountable for all of my actions. So that's a big change, and I guess it's helped me to be a lot more beneficial to others as well. Now, the specific time that basically took me from I guess before Islam to Islam was something that I've actually mentioned in one of my other videos. It's basically my spiritual practice at the time was meditation, and basically I would meditate routine every night for 20 minutes at about 10 o'clock at night. So it was exactly the same time, and for exactly the same amount of time every day. I would meditate, and this would be a great spiritual exercise, help me to get clarity, help me to calm down my thoughts, help me to realize what it was that I was thinking, because I guess when we're so busy all the time, it's hard to know exactly where our minds are. So I guess the pivotal moment that took me from where I was to Islam was I said to myself, okay, instead of meditating, because meditating essentially is like it's like a loop. You essentially just go around, you slow down your thinking, and then all of a sudden you got to realize why am I meditating? What am I actually achieving here? And it's just a peace seeking exercise. But when your peace has no direction, when it's just peace for the sake of peace, you start to think, well, what's the point? So I said to myself, okay, instead of meditating for 20 minutes every day, I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray for 20 minutes. And from a time where I was a Muslim before that, I knew Surah Al-Fatiha and I knew Surah Ikhlas. So I just recited the Fatiha over and over again for about 20 minutes every day, and it was amazing. It was like basically brought me back to Islam, and it was monumental, really. It was huge, and I think that this shows the power in this prayer, and it shows that, I mean, God is very real. Without prayer, I wouldn't have changed my life. I wouldn't have gone back to university. I wouldn't have taken more responsibility for my life or for my decisions. And I probably would have just stayed living at home. Whereas now I'm, more or less independent. So I guess, that was the thing that changed everything. And I think that it was a very good thing, because here I am today with religion, and it helps me a lot. It helps me to tell the difference between good and bad and right and wrong and stuff. And I guess when you have this Furqan to live your life by, you find yourself always moving forwards. Whereas otherwise, you might not know necessarily what is the correct direction to take with your decisions and stuff. So yeah, that's a bit of a wee spiel about what my life was like before Islam. I guess how things have changed, and how I actually decided to come back to Islam. I never really decided, like, I'm gonna, it kind of just happened, I guess. It was very a very natural process. I never really made a big decision that I was going to come back to Islam, like in a monumental, pivotal moment or anything. But I guess as soon as I started praying and saying the Fatiha again, this made basically it changed everything. So if there's anyone out there that is lost for guidance and they don't know what to do, I'd recommend starting with the Fatiha. Even if you just recite it once, you're probably going to feel some kind of hidayah. This is the central prayer to our religion, and I think that when you do this and you do it with sincerity, you're going to find some kind of direction in your life. So that's everything I have to share for today. Thank you for listening, and if you've found this video beneficial or anything like that, give us a like and drop a comment and stay tuned for more. So thank you very much, and see you next time.